James Bond is a character that many of us know. Invented by a guy named Ian Fleming in 1953 when he wrote the book Casino Royale, James Bond is a secret British agent, notorious womanizer and masculine icon, known for his fast cars, his gadgets, his expensive watches and of course, his martinis, shaken not stirred. The books were so popular that soon they started making movies out of it. The 25th movie, No Time to Die, is waiting to be released, but today I want to talk with you about the movie by Sam Mendes, Skyfall. Yes, the guy who also directed American Beauty, 1917 and Revolutionary Road. So, let's get started. And let me take a sip. I would like to talk you through the movie and name some topics that very likely stirred the team into the final product of Skyfall. Starting off, the fact that the last few movies included a way more dark and gritty Bond. Some critical viewers noticed how Silva, played by Javier Bardem, looked a lot like the bad guy from Christopher Nolan's movie The Dark Knight. Exactly, the iconic Joker, played by Heath Ledger. In fact, not only this, but many aspects of the movie gave the impression that Sam Mendes was inspired by Nolan's movie, as he even admitted himself in an interview later on. However, after that he denied it again, which is something that directors and actors tend to do because they'll say anything to sell their movie. Mendes said that even if he hadn't seen The Dark Knight, he would have created Skyfall exactly as it was. But he did admit that the success of Nolan's movie had made it easier for him to bring darker material onto the big screen. Because that is what Skyfall was, a darker James Bond movie about post-9/11, an era of terrorism and a reaction to the demand for something more real and less misogynistic. It followed the footsteps of Casino Royale 2006, which had introduced this darker Bond already, with less focus on women and expensive gadgets.
I do hope that wasn't for me.
But that is.
Another influence I would like to talk about is the threat of terrorism. One scene even reminding of the London bombings of 7 July 2005, which you just saw, in which 4 suicide bombers attacked London underground stations in which 56 people were
Destabilize a
killed.
multinational by manipulating stocks, but easy. Interrupt transmissions from a spy satellite over Kabul. Done. Rig an election in Uganda, all to the highest bidder.
Or a gas explosion in London.
Just
The
one
fear
angle.
for terrorist attacks likely inspired the movie as it touched a lot upon the notion of terrorism, with the attack on NY6 as well as Silva being a cyber terrorist who's able to crack any firewall. Something that could have easily been inspired by the real-life uprise of cyber terrorism of the 21st century. And, on top of that, many people believe that the character of Silva was inspired by the founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, who also has white hair and is, depends on who you ask, a cyber terrorist.
By no means.
England. The Empire. MI6. You're living in the ruin as
Another
well.
interesting influence
just
could
don't
be
know
the
it
growing uncertainty about the role of the Secret Service in modern Britain, which was a discussion that took place around 2012, as well as the declining status of Britain in general. In the movie for both Bond and Am, the people around them started losing faith in their competences, which could be seen as a parallel to the loss of British imperial power. In the end, however, both Bond and the Empire are resurrected, basically saying that sometimes you need to do it the old way to be saved. It was nostalgia to the post-colonial era in which Britain was still a superpower. Skyfall was released during a time of hardship in which the future of Britain was in doubt. So the British audiences, who over the years had to witness the declining status of their beloved nation, welcomed this movie with open arms.